studio, whatever. How do you think when you hear about lawsuits being brought to Nintendo or Nintendo bringing lawsuits to other people that aren't in where they live, where they're at, whatever. Same with Microsoft, same with whatever. It's because their product is still hitting those bases. So if your product is available to these said people in those said countries, you are automatically liable. And when it comes to games, it's a whole nother ballgame. It's not like you're over there making little bows and, little fucking hair clips. It's a gaming industry, and that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah. And if you're trying to and here's the thing is, I don't know a lot about Roblox, but from just basic knowledge of how generally these kind of things work, is I'm certain that Roblox itself has its own functions that help prevent, you know what I'm saying? Like, like how,
Bypassing or circumventing.
yeah, well, yeah, well, they'll help, like, modify any games or any certain functions in games that they have on their platform to help abide by these laws and things in certain places. Just like, you know, any studio made game, like, if you buy, so if you buy a game that has gambling or something in it, and in the U.S., that gambling function is available because there is a lot of, gambling is legal. But then if you say it's illegal in Saudi Arabia, isn't it?
Mm, I think
So
so.
if you buy that same game in a country, let's just say a country that gambling is illegal, when you buy it in that country, that function of the game is not in the game for you to use.
Right. It's disabled.
Yeah. And if you're going to
Mm-hmm.
try and circumvent that, not only are you violating the laws of that country, but you're probably, this is just I feel like a educated guess, probably violating some Roblox policies that you agreed to when you put your game on their platform.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's actually another valid point. Aside from being able to get slapped with lawsuits from said country, you're also liable to get slapped by Roblox, more than likely, for violating the contract and the agreement that you signed for if you're trying to bypass laws in other countries to allow for things to function for
Because
other
Roblox
other
isn't going to
countries.
fucking protect you. They're not going to be on your side. They will be on the side of, they'll be on another side of their side of also going after you, being like, look, you violated our policies and the laws of a country.
Mhm.
You're going to have to answer for that.
Mhm.
Because they're going to cover their ass for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Let's go see how much I've made fishing here. I did some Google research and I'm going to see if it's paid off. Mm, technically, yes. Okay, so Castaway in the Central Pond technically makes you the most money, but mostly if you're actively fishing in it as well. But in relatively the same amount of time, I've made significantly more fishing there. I made 200,000. It's just 102 fish. But essentially, the goal is to get the fucking uh, whatever shark it is there, the scalloped hammerhead.
Hmm. I like that suggestion.
One.
Stop making quests that force us to re-relic our rods. Another one was stop arguing like toddlers. Yeah, that is another thing which I didn't even actually notice that or look at that. They do actually have a section in there that would be technically considered pay to win-ish, kinda. So they do have a section in there in the shop that is 789 Robux for 25,000 uh coins. Which first off, 789 Robux. Like holy fuck. For only 25k? Let's stop and think about that for a second. And that's only for the first one. After that, it goes up to 899. Like, what the fuck? Now, I kind of get it to a degree because, there's most mobile games have a currency, but that's what the Robux are. The Robux are essentially your gems or your crystals or your whatever,
Yeah.
right? But being able to buy Robux or buy in-game coin rather is no different, and buying it for real money is no different than really giving somebody else real money for them to give you something,
Yeah.
which is a bannable offense. And that's something I've never really gotten with these games that have that. It is the contradictions. Like you can't go buy gold in ESO. You can buy
No.
crowns though. Right? And you can buy items with gold for somebody to gift you an item with crowns. And that's not really, I mean, it is somewhat bannable, but that's not really the bannable offense. The bannable offense is if you're paying somebody with real money to then get you something with crowns or give you gold. But if you have an option to buy something with real money, that's no different than buying something with real money from somebody else for them to give you essentially the same thing. Except at least your money is going to an actual human being who could use it. So there's that. But I definitely think that's a contradiction. It's funny because they promote so many things in here that they also say is bannable. You also can't buy or trade something with with Robux or shop items. So like you could not trade me a fish for me to give you back a game pass. That's a bannable offense. That's black market trading. And if that's the case, then don't allow them to be tradable. Don't allow them to be gifted. Because
Yeah.
anytime you have something giftable like that, that's what's going to happen. And then you get the assholes who expect it to be happen, and that's all that they want. And the serene fucking radiant crystal. You know how many people were asking for fucking game passes and shit like that? You know how many times I've been offered game passes? Which, first off, I don't need no game pass and I can pay for my own things, but that's not the point. It's the fact that when you have those things readily available to be gifted, that's going to bring in that community.
Yeah.